Hello, everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, and today we are back with a brand new exclusive of Dragons Conquer America. No, it's not real life, I'm sorry, but we're getting as close as we can to that ultimate goal today. The kind of Age of Conquistadors. We have a bunch of players with us today, and a fantastic Dungeon Master to join us for this game. So let's go around the table and say hi. Let's first of all start off with Carlos from Burning Games. How you doing, my friend?
Hello. I'm
Hello.
doing very well.
I'm very
Thank you for
glad to
having
hear it.
me.
Yeah. It's a pleasure. It's going to be fun. Let's meet our players who are learning the game as we play today. So we're going to be showing you guys. You can just sit down and play this game whenever you want. We're going to start with Mr. Grimjack21502. How you doing, Greg?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Really looking forward to this. I actually signed up for the Kickstarter to back as soon as it launches next month. And I've been really just enamored with the art and the setting, and everything that goes into this is just very, very intriguing. So I can't wait to play. I'll be playing Jatziri, who is part of the Aztec culture, I believe. So we will get into that and see how I do. Bear with me. I'm learning as well.
Incredible. We also have Mr. Zippy Zippo with us today. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. I'm super excited to play this game. I love playing new systems. I love playing systems that seem like very unique. That's why I absolutely love the Torchbearer system. And when I was looking at this and I saw all of the cool mechanics that have I'm really excited. I am playing. God, I'm going to butcher these names. Slatly. I am a merchant spy. Think the spider from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And we also have Kiana with us today. How you doing, Kiana?
I'm doing really good. Super excited to try this out. This is like my third system ever to try out. So, hey, while learning, it'll be pretty cool. I will be playing Maria Milagros Castaneda, who is a conquistador. So she's she's here and she's going to cut things, I think. I think that's what she's good at. Yeah, she's good at beating things up.
Good at beating things up. Well, that's a valuable skill in this age and day. Awesome. As for myself, I'll be playing Sebastian. He's a Christian priest, and he's come here to bring the good word of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, to the masses. So like I say, I feel like this is the role I was born for. And I am very, very ready to play today. So we'll be showing you guys some of the mechanics of Dragons Conquer America. We'll be trying to explain some things as we go along, but we won't try and slow you guys down too much learning, as you can go to Drive for RPG and you can get load for free a kind of preview set and get hands on the rules and some of the beautiful artwork as well. But yeah, I'll hand over to Carlos to talk through a little bit about Dragons Conquer America and a little bit about our game today.
Cool. So first of all, thank you for having me, and thank you for the interest on the game.
Yeah.
Dragons Conquer America is a project I have been wanting to create for a long time. Mm-hmm. My wife is from Colombia, so I have traveled to Latin America many times.
Okay.
And I really love everything I've seen there. Mm-hmm. So, particularly visiting Peru, Machu Picchu, that kind of places.
Yeah.
I have always thought like these places, they need to appear more everywhere. They need to appear in movies. They need to appear in books, RPGs. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's lots of good books about it, but they're not that well known.
Right.
And there aren't that many TV series or movies.
Yeah.
Although there is a few new ones coming out fairly soon. That should be interesting. But I think RPGs are an awesome way of exploring things like this. And I happen to know how to make RPGs. So I thought I would do it. And I also wanted to make it fantasy. I didn't want to make it too historical first, because I didn't feel capable of making it of picturing how it
Right,
actually
right, yeah,
was,
yeah,
you know. And also because dragons are awesome.
Dragons are pretty awesome. I think we can all agree upon that.
Yeah. So, and also I'm in love with the mythology, so I
Mhm.
want to see that mythology come and
life.
appear.
Yeah.
Come to life, appear on the game.
Yeah, incredible. I think you've done a great job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, basically, Dragons Conquer America is based on the conquest of America, more precisely Central America, the area of Mexico, like what the Spanish conquered in the 16, well, and the Portuguese also in the 16th century. So it will go. The game is based around the Mexica, the Inca, a bit about the Maya as well, but also about the conquistadors. So the idea of the game is not really for you to go and conquer places. It's more about the typical RPG kind of tropes.
Right.
So you're going to be a group of people. You're going to be exploring tombs, old temples, fighting mythological creatures, things like that. And you can be a mixed match group of players. Like, for example, you're going to be playing today. So there's 2 Europeans in your group, and there's 2 Mexica characters, right?
Yeah.
So why is it called Dragons Conquer America? Well, the idea actually came from the story of St. George. So St. George apparently was on his way to Jerusalem when he found this town that needed help from a dragon. The princess of the town was about to be sacrificed and eaten by the dragon. So he fought the dragon, and in the story, he killed it in exchange for all the people from the town becoming Christians.
Right.
So in our version of the story, the princess convinces the dragon to also convert to Christianism, and she becomes the first dragon rider. So dragons before that used to be evil creatures. Well, I don't know, like creatures who were doing their own thing and didn't really care about humans, and they just would eat humans. Humans would kill them. But this dragon didn't want to get killed because he was trapped and agreed to the plan. So he was the first dragon to belong to a Christian kingdom, and she was the first dragon rider. Since then, all the dragons are descendants. All the European dragons are descended from this dragon, and only women can ride them.
Oh, okay.
The dragons don't allow males to ride them, and so basically there is an order of nuns who are dragon riders. Okay,
that's sick. That's so sick.
In Christian kingdoms, they have to be nuns. In Muslim kingdoms, it's a little bit different. But that's in the other side of the ocean. We care about America. So what about dragons in America? There are also dragons in America, the feathered serpents, as they are usually known, and they are way bigger and stronger than European dragons. But they are fewer in number, and they are not tamed. Okay, so but how it works is basically each city-state, because you should imagine the Mexica, who most people know then as Aztecs, and all those nations as city-states. They, you should think of Greek city-states.
Yeah.
That's the best way of imagining it. Okay, so for example, the Mexica, they were a city like Athens, and they basically they didn't conquer the other cities. They fought them and forced them to pay taxes to them. Okay, but they didn't expand as the Roman Empire or other empires would do. Okay, they only cared about getting money and people to sacrifice to their gods. So each city-state has a dragon, or each dragon as a city-state, depending who you ask. Okay, basically they have they collaborate. So the people see dragons as divine, as
Right.
manifestation of the gods. So they feed them with they feed the dragons with human sacrifices.
Okay.
And the dragons in exchange, they defend these cities from invaders and things like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So that's an overview of the setting. As you can imagine, it also touches many different myths and things like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to focus on the adventure we're going to be playing, which is the Quatli Stone. So that's the free adventure we have uploaded to Drive-Thru RPG. So sorry for people who wanted to play it, because we're going to spoil it a little bit. But I mean, there are different things that can happen. So maybe their gameplay would be different.
Yeah. Absolutely. I've linked it in chat for anyone who wants to go download that now, by the way.
Yeah. So let's get to it. Basically, the idea of this short adventure is that you guys are a group of explorers, okay? And you were hired as scouts by a conquistador known as Lorenzo de Medina, okay? He's an hidalgo. Hidalgo are like poor noblemen from Spain. Well, they don't have to be poor, but they are usually poor. And basically, Lorenzo de Medina has found a human skin with tattoos that show a lost temple in the jungle. And the idea is that he's going to follow that map to get to the temple. But another scout, a woman, basically took that skin from him and asked you guys, without Lorenzo knowing, to join her to sprint to this location before Medina gets there. So only the 5 of you can get to share the treasure, if there is any treasure to be found.
Okay.
You guys agreed because, well, it seems you are avaricious. And what happened is that this woman tried to give back the skin, so they wouldn't suspect what happened, but she was trapped and captured. Okay, so you don't know if she has told Medina about you. So basically, you are trapped between Medina's expedition, which is quite large, and the jungle. So you have decided to soldier on and go for the treasure regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's even better now because there's only 4 of you. So the share is better.
Share of the gold is even better.
Yeah.
Sebastian likes that.
So something I should explain about your characters, guys, is that you guys have a number of traits. Okay.
Right.
So the first trait you have is a kind of like a background trait. Okay, that's a little bit about who your character, well, like his back experience. Okay, the experience before the story. While the other ones are like personality traits. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So each of them is is followed by a word which is good, neutral, or bad.
Okay.
If the trait is good, only you as the player can use it to justify your actions and maybe get advantages. Okay.
Right.
So, for example, if you are brave, which is a good trait, you can use that. So imagine there's a monster that comes and I say, oh, you have to check for fear. Maybe you run away. You say, oh, but I'm brave, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to pull through. Then there is some that are bad. The bad ones, well, you can also use them if you think it's fun.
Okay.
But also the GM can use them. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you are reckless, I can also use that against you. So you might sprint against a bigger enemy force than you are going to be able to defeat. You can also confront that. So you might do a discipline check to say, well, maybe today I'm going to, I don't know, not behave like an idiot.
Right.
And the neutral skills can be used by either. Okay. So either the player or the GM.
All right.
Also, there is another trait, but this is an optional rule. Okay. This is a very it's a touchy thing, which basically means that you are prejudiced. Okay. We can choose to play with that or not. So this is an idea to show the kind of people and world that was the 16th century. So if you choose to play with prejudice, basically you might get into trouble whenever you are interacting with someone who is different from you, as in has a different nation, is from a different gender, or things like that. Okay, so you are usually prejudiced against everyone, but you have a tolerance skill. Okay, and you can use that tolerance skill to fight against your bias and behave like a decent human being.
Got it.
And you can also get talents, tolerance talents, that allow you to totally overcome your prejudice against certain groups.
Right.
So, because it's a touchy subject, we have created this rule as an optional rule. Groups of players can choose to play with it or not. So, what do you guys think?
I like it. I like that.
Yeah, well, you and I will just both be really racist, clearly.
Yeah.
Racism?
Surely.
I mean, I am a conquistador, so...
I look at it like this. Speaking as I think the only person that's of the Mexica, or no, is there anybody else that's
I'm Mexican.
REK?
Yeah.
I mean, we all joined each other, so there's no reason to,
Well, Mexicans can also be racist against.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, it's, we didn't decide to go with an all Mexica group to go after this treasure. So we decided to include some Europeans, even they're awful people. But I mean, if you guys want to spend the whole time being racist to one another, sure.
At least we're not disease ridden.
Neither are we in this reality. So,
Yeah, so basically how the prejudice system works is, imagine that you're having a discussion, you're a Mexican with a European, and you're racist against Europeans. The GM may ask you to do a tolerance check. If you fail that, you might lose control of yourself. So if you fail it just a little bit, maybe you insult him,
Right.
or
There's casual racism.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll go
Casual.
casual.
but if you fail by a critic, you might go on a rampage, something like that.
Okay. Let's roll a plan. Let's get playing. I'm eager to dive into this and to get this treasure.
Okay, so we're using the prejudice,
Sure.
right? Okay, fair enough. I will try to keep it classy.
Okay.
All right, so the adventure begins with you guys going through the jungle, maybe a day or 2 days ahead of Medina. You don't know, but you hope. And when you suddenly see an opening, you are next to a river now, and on a few hundred meters away, you can see the top of a huge temple.
I'll look over towards our rugged band of explorers and say, that might be where we are looking to go. We will bring the good word of God to them.
Is that not a Spanish accent?
Sebastian has no idea where he's from.
Okay.
He's been all over at this point.
Yeah, so you see the temple. But you also see, after looking for a few moments, a little bit of smoke coming from close by. So there's probably someone there.
You know what they say. No smoke without fire, eh?
Perhaps I should scout ahead.
Yes, you do that.
Okay, so Greg goes ahead. Do you guys want me to call you by your names or by your character names? How do you usually do it?
I've been known to respond to anything, as long as it's
All right.
directed towards me. So.
I'll change my name to
Okay.
Sebastian now.
I'm just going to say the name that appears on the
Sure,
system.
soon.
Right.
All right. So you scout ahead, and you see a bunch of houses, a small village. Probably 100 to 200 people could live there.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and you can tell that they are probably from a Mayan nation, but you don't know. The village looks actually very nice. They have irrigation systems. There are dogs among them, and basically looks like a very nice place to live.
Okay. I say, I guess you've seen that, Greg, sorry.
No, you Sebastian, you don't see it. Only-
Yeah,
only
I don't.
Greg.
I'm just stumbling around like an old man.
Do I see a source of the smoke? Is it just regular domestic smoke, like from campfires, or do I see signs of conflict or?
The smoke comes from cooking.
Okay. So there's it's just normal, everyday, residential, domesticated smoke. I will return back to the others.
What did you see?
So before you reach them,
Oh dear.
actually, let's do a little pause. I think it would be nice if you guys can introduce your characters.
Good idea. Good idea.
Shouldn't we do that?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. I'll start off. I am playing Sebastian. He's a Christian priest. He's very old at this point, so it's interesting that he's decided to come traveling, but his devotion to your Lord and Savior, the one and only God, has brought him here in order to not only seek adventure, but he's something of a missionary, I'd imagine. He's looking to bring the good word to these people, and maybe with a bit of force. You know, he probably is a little bit. He's got that kind of prejudice going on, so he thinks that they just don't understand God, and if he can teach them God, then they'll understand how great he is. So he's got that kind of imperialistic sort of arrogance that he knows better than these kind of, savages that might live here. So yeah, that's who I'll be playing. Greg, do you want to introduce? Is it Yatsiri?
Yatsiri is originally female, but because I have long since eclipsed the ability to do that voice anymore, we've made her male. She or he is, from what I can tell, perhaps the only good person among this party. He is a native of the Mexica region. He tends towards the scoutish rogue type of everything, but he can also be titled as good, someone that is perhaps trying to bridge the bond between the two cultures, and maybe that explains why he has joined this crusade of mixed nationalities. We'll see.
I'm gonna convert you.
Doubtful.
Zippy.
I'm playing Sitlatli. He is a spy merchant from Tenochtitlan, which I probably just butchered that name. God, it's been so long. I see him more as being, if you guys ever read or played the Witcher series, I see him being more of Dijkstra as well.
Mm-hmm.
He has all the information. He deals in information, and he can use his silver tongue to get what he wants. he's not much of a fighter. He would rather try to con his way out of a situation than he would try to fight. He is very smart, but he has a terrible coca addiction.
How does that play out? I mean, is he like an addict? You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
He's an addict.
suffers from
So
not using it, I guess.
yeah, I would assume that he'd have like a little pouch of it.
Right.
Yeah, if you go through a period of time without taking any coca, you will have to perform a discipline check. If you fail it, you will go out of your way to get some.
Nice. Okay, cool. And Kiana, Maria.
Yes,
So it's like college. Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah, so I am playing Maria Milagros Castaneda, and she is a conquistador, or she's one of the very few female conquistadors here. Really, she's a fight first, talk later kind of person.
Kind of gal. Well, she gets to ride dragons, right?
I don't think I'm a dragon nun because I'm Christian, so.
Right.
No, yeah, like basically I'm just looking for wherever the action is, and if it's with these interesting group of people, then hey, she'll go along with it for a while. She might be a little racist, just a little.
It's all right. It's the 16th century. It's all implied. Well, when Yatsiri returns from having seen this village,
So before he returns, you see coming out of the jungle a group of squat, muscular men filled with tattoos and ceremonial piercings. All right? They raise their hands and talk to you in a language you don't recognize.
yeah, I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna go full English on this one. It seems as though there are some of the locals here have come to speak with us. Does anyone speak this Mayan?
I know a few words. I can.
It better not just be coca.
Excuse me, sir. I have my impulses under control. As he dips his fingers into the bag, and he kind of like licks the tips of his fingers. He turns to the two scouts from the village, and he greets them in you said they were from a Maya
Yes, but they don't speak Mayan. They seem to be from like a very old tribe. So they have developed their own language. So you can tell that they used to be.
Okay, so
but they also have some sentences that sound like Nauhal, which is the Mexican language.
Okay.
So, you cannot really communicate with them at this moment.
Well, it says, let's see, a charmer in Mexica and Maya. Would I be able to discern what their tattoos are related to?
What did you say? Sorry.
Would I be able to be like, that tattoo means they're from certain regions or certain tribes? Would I be able to like find some kind of common ground?
It looks ancient. I'm talking like maybe thousands of years old.
Right.
Like they look like people who haven't been in touch with other native societies for a very, very long time. They look like people from the codexes, old codexes. You know, codexes. There are these paintings that many of these people used. They didn't have the writing, so they used. The best thing to imagine it, the best way to imagine it is think of of the Egyptian kind of paintings. So they have similar. So they look like the people from the codexes from very, very old times.
Okay, so we have no way to communicate with them.
No.
I guess like we can use body language, or like hands up. We don't mean any harm.
Yeah, so they see that and they seem to react well to that, and they understand that you cannot speak their language, so they make signs for you to follow them.
I suggest we follow these primal savages into the heart of their village and meet their leader, perhaps, is a more educated individual whom we could deal with.
All right. Well,
I tap my Bible. Let's go.
I point to Maria and I say, let's see. Do you have a spear or anything? Do you have a sword? Okay,
I have a sword, which is my sword.
I look and I say, you should keep your hand on that.
Yes, don't worry. I am quite capable.
No. If I die, I will tear your heart out. Just remember that. If I find a way to come back.
In that order.
Yes.
In that order. If I die, I'm tearing your heart out.
Yeah. So in the meantime, Yathiri has made his way back to you, and you can either remain hidden on the jungle or come outside.
I will take the first option, Carlos, where I remain hidden in the jungle.
Where is
All right,
that
let's
Yathiri?
see if that actually happens or they see you.
Sure.
So let's go for our first action of the game.
Mhm.
So basically, you should be using your stealth.
Mm-hmm. Which is 5 for me.
Yeah, and you get to play 2 cards for that. Okay, and you're going to be confronted by a native warrior who has a starting value of 4 and gets to play 1 card. So I will be playing the card from my real physical cards because I don't know how to use Roll20.
Neither do we, it's fine. We're making it up.
And a 6 for a total action value of 10.
Nice.
So now, because you have the lowest action value, you have to choose one of the cards in your hand and play it.
Okay.
Or you can choose to fail.
And he only has that one pull, correct?
You only got
Yes.
one card to pull from.
Yes,
Okay.
so it won't go higher than 10.
Okay. And I will pull that one, if you can see it. It's a 6. Did you guys... I don't know if it popped up for you.
Nah, that pops up for you, but we believe you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's... I pulled a 6. Can I drop it out here or something? There we go.
Yeah.
So that should give me a total value of 11.
Yes. So let me give you a recommendation. You can play 2 cards, right?
Right.
Because your stealth is quite high. So, and every time you play a card which value is up to the number of cards you can play, in this case 2, you get to draw a new one to your hand. So you won't get tired from that.
Right,
Okay.
because your hand is your stamina, your exhaustion in this
Okay.
Yeah. So you have 7 cards in your hand. You should try to keep them there for as long as you can. So my recommendation is, if you have, like, you already know that the final action value of this enemy is 10, and you get to play 2 cards. So instead of going for a very high card and getting tired and losing that good card, one way of doing this could be you play a 2 and then you play a 4 if you have those cards, or a 1 and a 5, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you do that, you can keep your hand full of options, and you won't get tired.
You
as
get
much.
okay. That's interesting. So you can cycle through the bad cards, as it were, the low value cards, and hopefully draw into higher value cards. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay. Do you
So,
have
I
any?
mean, it's not bad to play a 6, but I'm just telling you the ways you can get the best
Yeah.
out of it.
I'm trying to figure out the way to return it to my deck, but apparently that's beyond me. Okay, so what I will do, I will take your advice and I will play instead, before I can figure out how to get that 6 back, a 2 and a 4,
Nice.
which will give me enough, and then I should be able to return the 2 to my deck, correct?
No, you get to draw a new one.
Gets to
Draw a new one,
yeah.
draw a new one,
Yeah.
correct.
So it
Okay.
might even be a better card than 2.
Gotcha. If I can figure out how to get to...
Okay, Greg, if you click right click the 6 and hit take card. It should put it back into your hand.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Nailed it.
Right.
So you still win, but you won't lose that good card, and you get to get rid of a bad card.
Nice.
Yep.
Gotcha. And I can return one card to my hand, correct?
No, you draw a new one.
You can draw.
That's what I mean. I draw a new one from
Yeah.
my deck.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, from your deck.
Okie dokie. Awesome.
That makes
Done,
sense.
everybody.
Cool.
Okay, so you are successful, and you may stay hidden for the time being. So while that happens, the other guys walk towards the village. Do you want to? Maybe you want one of them to see you and like make us.
No. I don't trust any of these people that I'm currently operating with.
All right.
There's an apparent cocaine addict and 2 Europeans, so I will stay pleasantly back inside the comfort of the jungle. I will follow them from a safe distance, and if they go into the village, I'll just kind of shadow their movements as best I can.
All right. So you guys approach the village, and you see what Yet-City saw just moments before. You see an elderman as well, but basically you're taking to this elderman, who's flanked by more warriors. He looks to be a gentle, older Nauha priest. And he's completely covered in spiraling tattoos. Before he talks to you, he slams his staff into the earth, and you feel dizzy for a second. All right.
Whoa.
So he tells you, because he can speak your language, that his name is Ixahuila. All right. I don't know if I pronounced that right, because I cannot do it either.
Saula.
All right. And he asks you, what do you seek? Why are you here?
I point to the temple and say, we are looking to get there, and I do peace, and I close my hands in the classical, like, prayer
All right.
symbol.
I still have my hand on my sword.
I roll my eyes and I walk towards the chief and I give him a traditional display of respect, and I say, my comrades and I are off to find remnants of the people who once inhabited those temples. We would we ask your permission to go into said temple and procure those items.
All right. He seems pleased of your behavior. You seem like a gentle young man. For as long as you keep your fingers out of that pouch.
Right?
So let's perform a charisma action
Okay.
to see if you manage to get on his good side. Okay.
Okay.
So you are.
I believe in you, sit flatly.
So you have charisma 5, and
Yes.
you get to play 2 cards.
Okay.
You also have the charmer talent
Mm.
for Mexican Maya characters. These guys are not Mexican nor Maya, but they are descendants from them. So I'm going to say that's close enough. So
Okay.
you get 1 advantage from the charmer skill, and I'm going to give you another advantage for role-playing the situation well.
Okay. So advantage, how does that work? Does that give just a +1?
It gets a +3.
Nice.
+3
Yep.
per advantage?
Yes, for
Okay.
you. But I also think I'm going to give you a disadvantage
Okay.
because you are with 2 Europeans, and Sebastian looked like he really wanted to get to the temple to steal something from it.
Yeah, I do. Don't tell anyone, but I do.
All right, so that leaves you with 1 advantage, so +3.
All right.
So You have a starting action value of 8, and you get to play 2 cards for that.
Okay.
And you're going to be confronted by him, who has a starting action value of 7 and gets to play 2 cards.
Okay.
Right? So his starting action value is lower, therefore he has to play first. So I play, like, basically, I should explain this. I play randomly the cards from the top of my deck for the NPCs. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
So I eventually go through the whole deck, so you will get to see all of the cards.
Mhm.
But I actually don't know what is going to happen at any time.
Cool.
So he plays a 2, and now he's at action value of 9. Therefore, he's higher than you. You have an 8, and you have to play next.
Okay. I will drop a 3, putting myself at 11.
11, okay.
Mhm.
Plays a second card. That's also a 2. So he's also at 11 at the moment.
Ooh, the tie.
I will play a ace and be at a 12.
My blue eyes.
One thing that you should know. So I'm going to try to explain the smaller rules as we progress. Okay, it should be more. So sometimes you may say, "Oh, but we didn't use that rule just before."
Right.
Just to keep things simple. Because.
Yeah.
All right. So if you win, like basically, if you match the NPC or you win by 1 point, you get a Pyrrhic success. So a Pyrrhic success is basically, yes, you succeed in your action, but you may get a bad effect from it. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that is going to be a narrative effect. So if you were in a fight, for example, maybe your weapon slips out of your hand. In a narrative setting like this, like you're talking to this character, it can be anything. Maybe, he believes you for now, but maybe he has someone sent after you to keep an eye on whatever you're doing.
Right.
Or maybe another person hearing to the conversation doesn't believe you and gets involved. I don't know. I will make it up as it comes.
Okay. No, I get you because I didn't beat it with like a 5. I only beat it by 1. It was like by the skin of my teeth. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Degrees of success in some other games. Yeah.
So you may want to change that action, or you can keep it like that.
You know what? I'm going to leave it like that because I think that'll be a good story because I feel like he doesn't trust us right now because of the way Sebastian was talking.
I know what you mean.
So
anything shiny.
All right. So you see a little bit of mistrust in his eyes, but he behaves in a way that it seems like you have convinced him.
okay.
Right? But you know there is a shadow of doubt there. So he's willing to talk to you, and he presents himself. And he says, "We are the Atlata. We are the caretakers. We live in the shadow of the temple.
That must be awfully nice.
We are the people who lives here." That's answering, I guess, the question, Sebastian.
Good.
Ask.
Good.
What do you want?
Well, I'd like to have a long sit-down conversation with all of you about our Lord and Savior. But that might have to wait because, well, there's other things that we need to get to first of all. Why don't you speak with this good man, Sitlatli? You have a silver tongue.
Of course. Now, if you would like to, Sebastian, if you would like to take a seat with those old knees of yours before you get us in trouble, that would be great.
Yes, I'll just keep an eye on that pouch for you, shall I?
No, of course. As I hand it to him, I dip a pinky in it and I put it on the corner of my mouth.
Let me stop you there. Coca, it's not cocaine. Is what?
Okay, I'm getting confused. I'm sitting here thinking like Coke.
I mean,
like chocolate.
Coca is the plant that they use to make cocaine. all right? But cocaine is a modern thing. They used to,
Right.
like, do you know like how people who go to Peru and they have to climb, they get to chew on coca leaves?
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's the raw plant, right? And then they
Oh,
synthesize it
okay.
with petrol.
So
and
it's
cocaine.
like using to chew tobacco. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You should think of it like that.
Okay. So
with a much greater
So-
kick.
Yeah, I
Coconut.
agree. Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. You can chew on it, or you can still use that kind of thing. Like you say, I put a coca leaf on my mouth and chew on it, or I spit this disgusting coca thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So no, I'll rip off a piece of leaf before I hand Sebastian my coca plant, and I'll put it in my mouth. Maybe just to savor the taste. And then I turn back to the chieftain,
Uh-huh.
and I say, "We've been sent by a very concerned, concerned party about the well-being and the safety of your temple. We've heard that there was another party coming to invade your temple and steal its riches by the name of Medina?
Medina.
Medina, okay. She's sending conquistadors and her own group of people to assault the temple. We were sent here to stand vigil and maybe go inside and inspect the structural integrity of the temple to make sure that the outsiders will be repelled.
He ponders on what you have said, and he says, our covenant is to watch the temple, kill the unworthy, wait for the worthy. If you are worthy, the cult will be born to you. It will uncall for you. But it doesn't seem like you are the worthy ones. The worthy ones seem to be coming after you. Isn't that right?
Excuse me. I like start getting back up again. You can tell I'm about to Bible bash.
So what do you
have been forced to be vigilant. We have to be in this to remain in this place and keep a watch on the temple, but we don't want it. We want to leave. So we welcome those valiant people who dare enter the temple and fight our Lord.
I see. Well, if you're looking to leave, there's this wonderful place known as Spain. And I highly recommend it to you. And there are some wonderful churches in the area that I could recommend. I've got some pamphlets, leaflets.
Can you stop his babbling?
No, you said we were unworthy, and this is what you have to get. Now, if you would like to deem us worthy to go into the temple and maybe fight the Coatl, we can.
But you said you are here to stop the people who are coming to the temple.
You're right, and I was testing your ability to catch me in a lie, and you've done great. You've done very well. Isn't that right? Yeah, everyone give him a round of applause.
I slow
All right.
clap.
So he thinks that is very rude.
No, I wanted to make sure that you were a intelligent individual, and you are, my good sir. You are very much an intelligent individual, and I would like to continue communicating with you.
I thought you were a decent person, but it seems you're a jester,
I'm a jester.
and I don't find you amusing.
Well,
So, if you're not the ones that we have been waiting for 1,000 years to come and fight our Lord, kill him, and free us from the temple, then we will sacrifice you to our gods. At least we will get a good, decent harvest out of you.
Well then,
Right. Now, this is exactly the kind of thing that leads to people like me calling people like you savages, because you try and sacrifice people all the time. If you had the Lord and Savior, God, within your heart, son,
We have gods. We have many gods.
No.
We don't care about your god.
They are even gods. That much
Wait.
is true.
wait. You need somebody to destroy your god,
It's not a god. It's a lore.
a lore. You need somebody to destroy that person, but you want to sacrifice us to your god. What if we have a wager? I wager
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
that we can destroy your lord and show you that we are indeed the ones prophesized to release you from your oath. And if we lose, we die anyways, and you can harvest our organs and sacrifice it to your gods as you see fit.
If you're dead, it's no longer a sacrifice. Doesn't really work like that. But
I-
and I don't care about your organs. Well, so the
Reasonable.
liver.
Reasonable,
Liver
man.
is delicious. So, fine. Let's have it your way. We will take you to the temple. You will walk up the temple. And we will wait. If you run away, or if you fail, we will sacrifice you.
That's very reasonable.
That-
for someone
that's very-
such as you. Yes.
That
I will
is-
not run away. I will promise
Yes.
that much.
Yes.
I may.
Well, if we go into the temple, my dear conquistador, we will die. If we run, we will die. There is no option
It's a
that we will.
platter of death before us.
Well, we might as well face a brave death at the hands of a god or lord or whatever, not at the hands of these savages.
Well put, my
You
dear.
keep saying savages. I'm going to put an arrow through your neck.
I'd like to see you try.
Just as an aside, Yatziri is no longer within 10 miles of this place as he returns to wherever he was. No, I'm joking.
You may go to the temple and just wait there for them.
Yeah.
All right, so they escort you to the temple. Yatsiri sees you guys leaving the area. So maybe you will follow them, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
So they take you there, and after a few minutes, you notice that the terrain is slowly sloping outwards. Only it's not the terrain, the earth, the roots, and undergrowth cover actually carved stone steps. The jungle grows over a large stairway, and you're ascending it. As you climb ends, you reach a great pyramidal structure with carved spirits and monsters on every side, on a half dozen columns marking the way to its main staircase.
This looks to be the place. Jafiri, where were you back there?
Yatsiri is still not there.
Jafiri, where are you? We seem to have lost
So-
one of our number.
Once the guards take you there, they walk back down, and they wait for you by some trees. Clearly eager to see you guys try to run away.
Yes, we're going up the stairs now. Don't worry.
So
Goodness gracious.
Yatsiri, if you don't want to be seen by the guards, you might ascend the temple from another side and join them on the top.
That's what I'll do. You said there were several ways to go up the staircases. I'll just
Yeah. So
use like a blind side one and go up.
yeah, imagine the typical Mayan temple with
Right.
4 sides and 4 stairways. Yeah. So you guys meet at the top. And so Sebastian, your question has been answered. There he is.
Jafiri, what?
Yatsiri.
Yatsiri, yes, whatever. that is. How did you get here? Were you not back there with us?
I was seeing how well you were going to do, and if it was poorly, I would be able to not be here.
I see. So, like, picks random character out of the Bible. Joseph, I have passed the test.
Even I do not think that is right, but yes.
You are the burning bush of this
Still not correct, but
scenario. Yes.
This is getting further away from the facts, but
All right, so you guys are at the top of the temple, and basically the door seems to be closed. So what are you going? I guess you're going to explore the area.
Indeed, yes.
So you see a large stone chapel in the shape of a huge dragon head. There seems to be no entrance, but the dragon's head, the mouth of the dragon, seems to be holding a time disc, wider than a man's height. All right, so the disc consists of 4 concentric circles. Each circle is divided in a different number of notches. And that's basically all you see.
It seems to be some kind of puzzle.
I see. I'll go up to the puzzle and I'll start turning the dials, just
Yes,
indiscriminately, trying to find patterns on the dials to see if they're supposed to match up certain ways or whatever.
All right, so basically it works like this. The center, you realize, can be pushed. Okay? So I guess once you reach the right combination, if you push it, then maybe something will open.
would you like me to check for traps? Yeah.
Well, sure, Yatsui, please.
Sometimes
You want to check for traps? Let's do it.
yes.
How thick
right.
is the door?
How thick is the door? It's probably a stone slab.
Well, you don't actually see a door, so that's kind of a problem. You see a sacrificial stone, so...
No, great, awesome. Okay.
That's encouraging.
All right, so we're going to do a check, and a check works a little bit different, because the idea is that the result may stay hidden, okay? So how it works is I tell you the difficulty of the check, and I'm going to also play a card to add to the difficulty of the check. Okay? So you have to bear in mind the difficulty of the check might get +1 and up to +6.
Okay.
Right. And how do you play the check? Well, you play as many cards from the top of the deck as the number of cards you usually can play for that skill. All right. So, for example, Yatsiri is checking if there are any traps around this area, right? So you're going to use your perception. You have a perception of 5, and you can play 2 cards. So what you do is you play the top 2 cards from your deck and choose the highest one, and you add it to your skill. Okay. And I'm going to get a card and add it to the difficulty of the check. Difficulty of the check is going to be 3. Okay.
Do
So
I know
again,
that before I have to draw, or
Yes.
do I?
Yes.
Okay. Do I know your card before I have to draw?
No.
So-
You only know the difficulty. You won't know the card I play. So,
You'll know the objective that you have to go against, but you don't know the modifier to that objective.
Gotcha.
yes. So after you play the check, I will tell you something. But if you failed, it might be a lie.
Okay. Well, I'll be doing.
Okay.
I'll be doing perception, and then I get to draw 2 cards and pick the highest to add to that. Correct?
Yeah.
And that comes from the deck and not my hand.
Yes.
Okay. Look at me. Did you guys just see me do that? Okay, I will. I am, man. Okay, I pulled this one, but I'm getting it out of my hand. I am not using that one. I will use the 4.
So you have perception 5. Oh, and also you have an ability that's an eye for traps. so you get an advantage when checking for traps. So you have a starting action value of 8, and you played a 4, right?
Correct.
So you go up to 12. So with that result, regardless of the card I play, you're going to be successful, because remember the cards go from 1 to 6. Okay, so you realize that there are no traps that you can see in this construction, in this area, but you should keep a keen eye out, because once you go inside, things might change. All right.
Foreshadowing. Right.
Basically, you explore the whole disk and you realize that is a time disk, and this is kind of like the calendar that they used. Okay, it's not only a calendar; it's a religious piece, and it's a bunch of different things. So it has 4 concentric circles. Okay. This is going to be a puzzle, so you guys should pay attention to details. The inner circle has 4 notches marked with the 4 cardinal directions. Okay. The second circle has 13 notches marked with the 13 calendar signs. Okay, they have 13 months. The third circle has 20 notches marked with the 20 days of a lunar month. And the outer circle has 52 notches marked with 52 ancient Mokaya kings or saints. Okay?
Okay.
Maybe we should put this on the
What's happened to? So I've got.
chat.
So what was the first circle? Sorry.
The first circle has 4 notches. I have written it down on the Roll20 chat.
Oh yeah, I see it. So the first circle has 4 notches marked to 4 directions. The second circle has 13 notches marked to 13 calendar signs. The third circle has 20 notches marked with 20 days of the lunar count. And the last circle has 52 notches marked to 52 ancient Makaya kings or saints. Okay.
Maria doesn't understand any of this.
Jeez.
So
I-
how it works is when you rotate it,
Yeah.
all of them rotate simultaneously 1 notch.
Oh. Oh,
Okay.
it's one of these puzzles.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yep. So you like switch it around and all 4 of them move. Yep.
Yes. So who wants to
Ooh.
perform a knowledge check?
Let me see.
Not me. I have a 1.
I have 4 knowledge and 2 cards in it.
All right, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. So let's go for that. Let's do a check. So
Do
it
it.
follows the same dynamic than the previous check. So it has a starting action value of 3, and I get to play a card randomly. That will add to that.
Righto. Well, I will. So I've got a 4. I can play 2 cards. I am going to play a 5. Why not?
You play them from the top of your deck.
You
remember?
are correct. The top of my deck is what's deck? There we go. Top of my deck is a 5. Ah, it is a 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So that's a total of 10.
Yes, for 10.
Total of 10. All right. So, well, trying to remember and thinking about things you have seen in all your travels, which are mixed with weird imaginations and
course.
crazy things that you usually think about,
Yes.
like the sex of angels and things like
I
that.
do that concept, yes. Regularly.
So you realize that the notches are slightly misaligned.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
and it seems that to align it, to align a circle, it has to make a full rotation.
Line a circle and make a full rotate. There's something wrong with this alignment. I believe that if we were to give it one full rotation of the circle, then we may be able to align the notches together. You see how they're out of place here and here?
Yes.
No, of course you don't. Try turning it for me slightly.
I was just going to put in the day, but all right. And he starts turning the outer circle, which causes the other ones to move in the same direction.
Well, I hardly think they're going to ask you what day it is in order to enter into their temple.
So how many times do you?
Well,
You turn
I turn it to. So I would turn it with my hand, starting at the top position where I can grab it, and try to turn it one full rotation so my hand returns to the top position.
Okay, so that's 54 times.
Yeah, 54 times.
All right, and then you press the central piece, and nothing happens.
I look at the second circle and the third circle, and I look at Jadziri and I say, "What? Do you know what day it is? Like, what the month and days?"
Yes, of course I do, but I was currently on a bio break, so I'm not real sure exactly where we are.
All right. So I would like to recall what the month and day is.
So I actually don't know the month.
It's
Well,
month 13.
So that might tell you that it is not important.
Okay. I turn to the chieftain's still near me, right?
No,
The what?
no, we left him behind.
Do we have any
No.
form of native
We're
around?
Nope.
This is just us,
No,
buddy.
it's
You
all
just got a
four of
couple
you
of
and the soldiers downstairs.
I told you to align a circle has to go for a full rotation. You did it how many times? 54 times?
52 times, which made it a full rotation, and it did nothing. So,
Try it again, do another one.
well, look. The outer circle
The outer circle
clearly,
is not aligned.
Clearly not aligned. Try again.
clearly not aligned. But
No, the outer one is aligned, but the other ones aren't.
Now you've got to move the other ones. Look, see, you've done one. There are 4 of them, you see.
all right,
Now do the other.
But they all move together, so every time you move one,
Right, they all
the other
go.
one also moves. So you will misalign the first.
wait.
The outer
Good lord.
I'll take the outer one and start moving that into a full rotation.
All right.
Wait, like keeping an eye to see if it lines up before the full rotation or after the full rotation.
On the full rotation.
Okay.
Okay, so which ones they go outside doesn't move everything else, inside moves everything else, or is
They
it the
all-
other?
Every time you move one, you move all of them.
Okay, so there's no way to move any of the concentric circles independently of one another.
Nope.
Oh well, okay, never mind.
All right. So I don't know. Who wants
Could-
to perform a perception check?
Could we align it according spin it according to, you said the cardinal directions were the middle one. Could we try aligning it due north and see if we can align the disc so
so
it goes due north?
Every 4 rotations, every 4 notches, the cardinal one aligns. But if you do 5, 6, it will misalign. So in 4 and 8, 12, 16, it will align.
Oh, okay. So they align at specific periods of time, but we just have to make sure we're moving the right one as it draws everybody else. Yeah,
okay.
we
Yeah,
got to figure out the difference between them and just move them so they all line up.
Okay.
They all align when they make a full rotation. So the 4 aligns when it moves 4 times. The one that has 13 when you do 13 notches. The one with 20 notches aligns when you do 20. and so on.
But in aligning each one of those, it misaligns the others. So we actually have to have those.
We have the common
Counter-
multiple or whatever it's called.
Right. You got to find a number here. So there's 50. There's four. We've got the number 4.
Yeah.
Number 13. The number 20. And number 52.
A complex system of pulleys and levers. Right.
Right. What's
Okay.
double 52? Is
104.
104.
Oh, jeez.
What's 13 times 100? Divided 104 divided by 13 doesn't work.
I think that's the wrong way to go about
So,
it.
so we just have to start aligning from the inside out. So as soon as we align
That's what
the
I'm thinking. Yes.
inner tablet with the second ring, we start moving the second ring, because when we move the second ring, the middle one, it moves with the second, right? It doesn't move against it. Like if I move it this way, the middle one's not going to go that way, right?
Yeah, let's work inside out.
Yeah.
Carlos, can we move the second ring with the months? Can we move that 9 clicks and then take the inner ring and move it 4 clicks and see if the two of those align?
Listen to me. Every time you move one ring, they all move one notch.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So if you move any ring, all of the other rings will also move that number of notches.
Okay. So
About that perception check.
All right, let's do the perception check. Okay, so I'm going to make it a bit more difficult this time because it's the second time we're doing it. So the difficulty is going to be 6 plus the card.
Okay. Anybody else have a 5? Because I have a 5 in perception. If somebody else wants to.
I have a
No, I have a 2.
2.
I'm old and I can't see anything.
Okay. 2 cards from me.
Only I had actually gone to school and learned the maths.
Okay, I'm not using the 4, but I am using the 6 that I pulled. So that'll be a total of 11.
Yes. So I'm going to give you information now. Bear in mind that I could have played anything from a 7 to a 12. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you played a what? An 11. Total of 11?
Total of
right?
11, yes.
Yes. All right. So you realize the only way to align all 4 circles is to find a number of turns that causes each disc to complete a full rotation. Okay? So it has to be a common multiply of all 4 circles.
I was right. I was doing it right, guys. I was doing the math right. So we've got to find another which is coming multiple of them all.
Alternatively, you can rotate it until it does match.
Just keep going for fucking ever.
Just keep going. And do it. Of course, if you don't know what you're looking for, you will have to press every time you turn it 1 notch, and that will take forever.
All right, 156 divided by 13 is 12. Something like that. So
okay, we turn it 12 times.
156, so turn it 12
So,
times.
someone needs to go back to school, man.
This is too much math.
Yeah, 13
All
times
right.
12 is 156. Calculator tells me.
Okay.
Well, we have to have something that goes into 20. That's the
Right.
That's the hard
true.
part.
That's the problem right there.
106, add 52. 208, add 52.
Wait. Hold on.
260. 260.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh my god.
I did math and I won the game. You're proud of me, Mum.
260 notches.
Suddenly, the door opens.
Oh my god. Okay. That took way too long.
We won Dragons Conquest America. Yay! Woo! Or Conquer America.
So how many times did you press the button before? 1, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we only tried it once.
Yes. So suddenly, out of the dragon mouth comes a shadow demon
Oh, frick.
and launches towards you guys.
All right, okay.
This is how we're rewarded.
The door is open, and I pull out my sword.
Every time you fail, one of these guys comes out. So it's good you're gonna fail
I'm
once.
good at game was.
All right. So now we get into a fight. So we have to do a round. All right. So guys, check your card receipts. You will see 2 gold symbols on the top side. right? On the left, with 4 pointy.
Start. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your character level.
Level
And
1.
in the other side, on a square. What's the name of a square that is standing on?
Diamond.
A diamond. Yeah. So on the diamond, there's your initiative value. Okay. So we will play in initiative order.
Okay, so I have initiative of 2.
Yes. So the shadow demon has initiative of 2 as well.
I have one of 3. Haha.
So
Oh,
let's go from
Aw.
top to bottom.
I have
so
I have one.
It's going to be Jetziri, then it's going to be Maria, then it's going to be me, then it's going to be the demon, then it's going to be Will.
That sounds
Sebastian.
about right.
He's an old man.
This is basically the equivalent of your maths teacher showing up when you fail a test. Like, "Ah!"
Mr. Sebastian, you missed your midterm.
Snape.
All right. So you see this
Mr. Sebastian.
shadow demon creature, and it's basically, it looks like smoke, but it's very thick and it doesn't disappear when the sun hits it. And it's
Great.
kind of weird because you cannot really tell where the limbs, if there are even limbs inside that smoke, are. So it's hard to attack this creature because it's hard to tell what is what and where is the head, even if it has a head. So Jetziri goes first, and let's see what you do.
Mace attack, primitive +3, concussive
All right.
against
let's see.
smoke.
So you have a mace which deals 3 damage, and you gain 1 advantage when you use it. All right.
Okay.
Concussive means basically. Okay, let's explain this. So every time you deal damage to someone, if you deal more damage than that character's level, additionally you will cause him an injury. Okay. You can see that in your character sheet there is an skeleton. That's your body. So every time you get injured, you may get injured in your head, your torso, either of your arms or legs. Okay. And you can see next to your skills that they have the icon of one of these limbs. So you have an injury in the limb corresponding to that skill.
Right.
You suffer a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah. So if you suffer an injury in your arm, you will suffer disadvantage for melee, for shooting, and for crafting.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. NPCs are a bit simpler than that. So basically, they can suffer, when they suffer an injury, they basically just suffer a general disadvantage.
Right. Okay.
So what does concussive mean? It means that you ignore armor when calculating if you deal the injury or not. So if someone has, well, you ignore soft armor. There is soft and hard armor. Okay? They work the same way, but some things ignore soft armor.
Okay.
So your weapon deals 3 damage. Imagine you're attacking someone who is level 2 and has 2 armor. If you hit him, you will deal him 1 damage only, because its armor reduces your attack.
Right.
But when calculating if you also deal him an injury, you don't. You take in consideration your damage without the reduction.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah. We'll learn as we go as well. Okay.
All right. So the demon is level 2. So your weapon will deal damage to him always, every time it deals damage. Okay. Also, he doesn't have armor, so it's fine anyways.
Yeah.
So are you going to attack him, or you may wait if you want and let someone else try?
I'm going to wait and allow the conquistador to do way more damage than I am going to be able to. So can I hold my action until the end of the
Yes.
round to see? Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll keep my initiative order, but just hold. I'm holding to see if this thing's still up at the end of the round. Then I'll do something.
Yes. So every time So you can wait, and then Maria can play, and then it will be your turn again, and you can choose to also wait, and you
Gotcha.
can continue. You can continue to wait until the end.
Gotcha.
All right. So Maria, you go.
Yep.
Finally.
Pull out my sword. And I have 3++ piercing damage on that. But
So
my
if-
melee is 5 with 2 cards.
Yes. So each
So-
plus is an advantage.
Ooh. Okay.
Alright.
So I pull from my deck first.
Yeah. So basically, the creature is going to attack you back. Remember, in Fate,
Yep, okay.
well, in Dragons Conquer America, when you attack someone, he can choose to attack you back as the counter action. Okay, you don't fight against a defense value.
Right. Okay, cool. So
So he has an attack. Sorry, he attacks. He will deal 2 damage if he wins, and has 1 advantage. So that advantage cancels one of your advantages.
okay.
So consider that you only have 1.
All right. Okay, cool. So use my sword. Yeah. So I
Yes.
have an axe thing of 5. I'm assuming he goes first.
No. So you have 5 plus 3 because of your advantage.
+3. Okay. And then I
So you-
pulled from my deck, which was a 4.
No, you pull for your hand. Wait.
Wait.
So-
Okay. Sorry, confused.
Yeah, bear with me.
Yeah.
So your starting action value is your skill plus whatever advantages you have. In this
Okay.
case, 1. So it's 5.
Yep.
And each advantage gives you +3. So you are on
Okay.
8
8.
now. Okay. And this creature has a starting action value of 6. And it will
Okay.
play 2 cards. 6 is lower than your 8, and therefore he must play first.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So he will play a card randomly from the deck, and it is a 2. So now his action value is 8, which is the same as yours.
Okay.
Okay? So now, because it's the same value, we have to play simultaneously,
Okay.
and you have to play from your hand.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So he's going to play his second card, but he won't play any more cards. All right? And you still have 2 cards that you can
I still
play.
have 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Got this. Wait. I think that showed up. Yes. Yeah. I played a 5.
You played a 5?
And-
Okay.
yeah.
And he played a 6.
Ugh.
So you are losing by 1 point, but you still have 1 card that you can play.
Yeah. Okay. I'm playing a 2. Screw you, demon.
All right.
Yeah.
So-
okay.
You play a 2. What's your final action value?
That's 7 plus 8. So math is
15.
13. Yes.
There we go.
So you win by 1 point. That means you are successful. But that's a Pyrrhic success, okay? Because you won by only 1 point.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So a Pyrrhic success is a success, so you will deal damage. And you said that your weapon deals 3 damage, right?
Yes, it has the 3++.
Yes. So he has health 7. So his health is now reduced to 4. But you also suffer the consequences of your
Oh, boy.
Pyrrhic success. Okay? So what is going to happen is you're going to attack the creature, but because it's smoke and it's a weird thing to attack, you're going to go through it and fall on your knees, and you're actually at this moment inside the creature.
Ow.
Okay? And the other guys cannot really see, or they cannot really tell what is the saddle thing and where are you.
Oh shit.
So if they attack it, maybe they will hit you as well.
Okay.
All right. All right. So it's Yatsiri's turn again, and you see Maria disappear inside the shadow creature. But it seems that she has hurt it because the shadow creature. I don't know. Do they make sounds? Shadow sounds.
Bye
Yeah.
guys. I'm now part of the Shadow Demon.
Yeah. It's kind of badass.
So, Yatsiri, you can wait again, or you can I don't know. Be brave. For once.
Oh, there you go.
What?
There we go. Sorry about that, man. I couldn't unmute my stuff. I'm gonna wait again because my melee is 1, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything unless it is absolutely dire. So I will hold again, and I think we have one more person, and then the demon, and then
Okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna hold again for the next action.
Okay. Remember that your shooting is a bit better, so you can shoot. Perhaps.
Do I have the ability to shoot? Do I have
Yes.
something I can shoot?
Yeah, you have an Atlanta. I don't know how to pronounce this. Atulanu. Anyways, it's basically
A throwing club. I have that.
no. It's a throwing spear. So it's basically like
Oh.
a long stick in which you place a spear. So when you throw it, you gain like half a meter. Like it's like throwing with your hand, but it will go farther, faster, and stronger.
Oh, okay. I got you. I will still hold for the next one, but knowing that I will be shooting after the next person goes.
Yes. So I think it's Titlalli now.
Okay. I'm going to swing at him with my. I'm going to butcher this word. Makutil?
Makohil.
Makuhil. Okay.
I guess.
The paddle with the obsidian teeth on it.
Yes. So yes, a good description. All right. So okay, let's play it. So it's going to be the same kind of action as Maria. So I'm going to ask you something. Are you going to be careful because Maria is inside the shadow creature, or not?
Her people are coming into my land, spreading diseases and literally taking over. Fuck no, I'm swinging wildly at this thing.
All
I'm
right.
just following orders. Cheese.
Just,
So,
I mean, sorry.
Many others
All right.
in the past have used that excuse.
So you have an advantage because of your weapon, but this creature also has an advantage. So we will ignore. They cancel each other out.
Mhm.
So you have a starting action value of 2 and can play 2 cards, while the Shadow Demon has a starting action value of 6 and play 2 cards. Okay, but because he's performing an attack again in the same round, he will suffer a disadvantage.
Okay, so I currently have 1 advantage.
Yes, actually, let me change that. The shadow creature is going to move away, so he doesn't suffer an advantage, the disadvantage. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he out of my range?
No. His action is going to try to dodge your attack.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So his starting action value is 6, but he doesn't have an advantage for dodging. He had an advantage for attacking.
Okay. And
So-
I have an advantage for attacking as well. All right. Cool.
So you have an advantage. He doesn't.
Okay. So my value right now is 5.
And his is 6.
Okay.
So you have to play first.
Okay, I will play first. Well, we will play spades. So we'll drop a 4. Throwing 9 at him right now.
9. Okay. So he plays a 6. So he's on 12 now.
Okay, so he's in 12. I have to play another spade for it to count for the attack.
You can play a second card. It can be any card you want.
Okay.
But yeah, remember, if you play a card that matches the type of action, you get to draw back.
Okay. I'm going to drop a 6, so I'm throwing 15 at him.
15, and he's on
Nice.
12. And he gets to play a second card,
Oh dear.
which is a 3.
Hey, yo,
That's
tight.
also a 15. So you have the same result. Yeah.
Okay.
So in case you have the same result, you win, but it's also a Pyrrhic success.
Okay.
Nice.
So you deal 4 damage to him.
Mhm.
But because it's a Pyrrhic success, I'm going to say that your wild attack also hits Maria.
Great, thanks.
I turn to Maria after I hit her, and I start hitting her a few more times. Oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were the shadow demon. I'm sorry. Please
I'm
forgive me.
still inside of it.
Oh, are you dead? Okay, just keep beating her. Yeah.
Careful with what you say. I might take it as a...
Do not.
All right, so you hit Maria. I'm not going to
Mhm.
say you hit her with full force. So you usually deal 4 damage, which actually kills the creature. I'm going to say you hit her with 3.
Okay.
All right, so Maria takes 3 damage.
I'm at 2 health.
Oh wait, no, Maria, you have
I have armor.
You got a
I have
Yes.
gambeson or something?
yes. So Maria has a conquistador armor, and under that she has
It's-
a gambenson.
Yep, it's super shiny.
So
and
you have
super protective.
3 points of armor, and therefore you ignore all of the damage.
Ha!
But because the weapon has concussive. Oh wait! You don't do that. His weapon has piercing damage, which ignores soft armor. You have 1 point of soft armor, so you still take 1 damage. You see in the little heart, that's how much health you have.
Yep, okay, cool.
So you have
So-
5 health, and now you have taken 1 damage.
Okay, I have 4 health.
City edges.
You just keep beating. You're
Ah.
clinging as you hit the armor constantly.
Cool.
And remember, every time you take damage, if you take more damage than your level, you also take an injury. Okay?
Yep, no,
Your
I'm
level
good.
wait. Your level is 1, and
Yeah.
you took 1 damage. So you would normally not take an injury from that. But his
Okay.
weapon has the concussive special ability, which ignores
Okay.
your armor when calculating injuries.
Alright, so where
you
am
do
I
the-
getting an injury then?
So you have to discard a random card from your deck,
Uh-huh.
and that will tell us where you get the injury. So a 6
Okay.
is your head.
No,
five
let me just pull
torso.
from my deck. Hold on.
Yeah.
No. It's just a 6. God damn
It's a
it.
6. Okay, so you take a head injury, all right? So remember that you have a disadvantage whenever you use any of the skills with the skull.
Alright.
And
Good thing you just fight.
if
Good
you,
thing I'm just a fighter and I don't have any smarts at all.
but if you take a second head injury, you will be decapitated.
Great.
So there's that.
I'm gonna decapitate all of you. That is my goal for this game. Just randomly
So-
miss and decapitate you.
So I'm going to say that Maria, because she's indomitable, reckless, and prejudiced, she's not going to take very well that
No.
You're not gonna math
they
anymore.
gladly attacked her, even though it wasn't really an
That's
attack
w-
against her.
That
So-
was my head.
Perform a charisma check.
Ooh.
All right.
No, charisma. Sorry, no. Tolerance check, Maria.
Oh,
To see what you do. So the difficulty is going to be 3. And remember, checks are played from the deck.
Right.
Actions
Right.
and confrontations
Okay.
are played from your hand.
Okay, yeah.
So your tolerance is 2, and you can play 1 card from the top of your deck. Okay, and the check difficulty is 3.
Okay.
Wait. Or you can go crazy if you want to. You don't really have to fight back your emotions.
Fight back my urges. I mean, I just got hit in the head. I mean, I tried to pull. I tried to fight it off. I that was a 2.
Okay, you're a very kind conquistador. So,
Mm.
what's your card? Sorry.
It was a 2.
So a total of 4. Okay, you're very lucky because I played a 1. So you basically had a Pyrrhic success. Again,
Okay.
you guys are Pyrrhically moving through this story.
I glare at him, but I don't say anything.
I offer her a coca leaf.
No. So I have to make up something because of the Pyrrhic success. So I'm going to say that you stand up, you're very angry, so you push Thiclatli. You don't attack him, but you just push him like, oh, you stupid person. And Thiclatli takes a step back, but because you did open the temple, there is a hole now there, and Thiclatli falls down the hole.
What? How deep is this hole?
Oh dear, what a shame. It looks like his head might come off in there. Oh dear.
It's
All right.
just deep enough.
Just
So I'm going to say that you take 1 damage.
Okay, I'm at
As well.
combat 4.
Okay. So you take 1 damage, and you have fallen down a bunch of stairs. But now you are inside the temple, so congratulations, you guys made it.
he just hit his head, that's all.
So
He
when you
fell
look
down
around,
a flight of stairs.
well, he didn't fail; he was pushed.
No, he fell.
So down the stairs, you see that the shadows seem to move unnaturally. And you assume first that they were the flicked projection of the light sensors, but you realize that they're actually moving on their own. It seems that there were more shadow demons down there.
Well, let us move forward.
You want to go down where there are more of those things.
Well,
So the 3 of you are on the top of the stairs, but Thiclatli is trapped downstairs with another shadow demon.
Yeah,
So-
Tiri just closes the door.
We just slide it back over. I suppose we should help them.
So we're going to go and do another round.
All
Yeah.
right, to battle. Hopefully I won't have to do anything again. Good fight, everybody.
So Yatsiri goes first,
Go team.
and
Okay, I'm going to attack this time because I'm assuming I can I hit from range at this
Yes.
point? Okay,
Yes.
I do not want to get in melee attack with this thing. I want to stay as far back as I can, keeping Chitlotli between me and the Shadow Demon, if at all possible.
so you're going to throw a spear
Yes.
at a guy, but you're going to try to keep your friend between you and your target.
Yes, except for the word friend. That statement
Alright.
was exactly correct.
Remember that he is from your nation, so he's not. You don't really hate him.
Right, but I don't like any of these people at this point, so it's an equal animosity. I'm not prejudiced, so I just don't like any of them. Okay, so what do I have to do? My starting value for this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the lowest here because my starting action value is 3 when I shoot something.
Yeah. And do you get any advantages from your weapon?
I do not.
You do not. All right. So this creature is going to try to dodge your spear. So it has a starting action of 6 and plays 2 cards.
This is going to be real tough, kids.
That's
Okay,
bad.
so as long as I play a spade, I get to redraw that card, right?
Yes.
Which is okay. Well, I'm going to drop in the old 6. 6
All
of
right.
spades. And I'm going to
Sweet.
redraw.
You're on 9, right?
Correct.
Yes. So he's 6 and plays 2 cards. The first card is a mighty 1. Well, the second card is a 3 for a total of 10. So he actually is successful and dodges your.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I assess a disadvantage on him if I pull and play a joker?
So how the jokers work, basically, they change by 1 the level of the action. So this time, the Shadow Demon got a Pyrrhic success because he won by 1 point, right?
Okay.
So if you play the joker, you can turn that into a Pyrrhic success for you.
Let's do that.
Yeah?
Because I don't want this joker anymore.
All right. So you play the joker, and you actually do hit the creature. And you deal how much damage?
Oh. 3, yeah.
Okay, 3. So his health is reduced to 4, and he suffers 1 disadvantage from now on because you dealt him an injury. Okay, and for the Pyrrhic success, I'm going to say that your spear breaks against the temple floor after going through the Shadow Demon.
Damn.
Okay, let's say that you have like 3 spears, so now
Okay.
you have 2. Okay, so after that is Maria's turn.
Yeah. I only have a melee weapon, but like whatever. I like hurting. I like fighting. I'll can I run down try to hit them with
You
my
can-
sword?
Well, you can run down the stairs, and that would be your action. So you can get into melee range for next round.
You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
So you throw your. I was going to say friend, but I guess you guys don't like that word. You throw your
he just hit me
comrade
in the head last time.
down the stairs, and you're going to leave him there. All
Yeah.
right, all right. So, Thicklactli, it's your turn.
All right. I got like shadow demons all around me. I'm
Yes.
gonna take my my obsidian paddle
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna start swinging wildly at them.
It's only one. Remember, it's only one of them.
Well, I'm swinging wildly at that guy.
All right. Let's do it. So it's going to attack you back.
Okay.
So
Poor guy, this guy's just getting beaten up on. Are you
So
right
he-
down there, Sidlantley?
No.
Who just screams?
So he's been wounded by Yatsiri, so he suffers a disadvantage.
Mhm.
So his starting action value is 3. What was yours?
Mine is 2.
So you still have to play first.
Let's see.
This has similarities to Gwent and how you go first.
Yeah, it does feel like Gwent a bit. Yeah.
Gwent, the TTRPG.
Holy shit. They
I
made
call
it.
being a Witcher. Okay, I'm gonna drop a 6, throwing 8 at him.
Nice.
8. All right. So he plays a 3. So he's now on 6. Still losing, so he has to play next. And he plays a 5 for a total of 11.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a 5 for a total of 13.
All right. That's a success without any issues. So you deal how much damage?
4 plus. I don't know what that means.
The plus is the advantage you get from using the
Right,
weapon.
right.
Oh, okay.
So
So 4.
So if you have pluses, you have that many advantages. If you have minuses, you have that many disadvantages when using the weapon.
Okay. Cool.
So you deal 4 damage, and he dies
Get fun.
or disappears.
Good fight, everybody. Wow. I am contributing.
Yeah, the slow mage priest probably was trying to.
In the name of the
prayer.
Father and the Son.
I immediately sit down and throw another coca leaf in my mouth. Just like I'm so done with these people.
I could do with a Hidlat Coker, actually.
Father.
I speak in jest, Maria. Of course, I would never sin. I am a priest.
Let's get this party started.
Let's get this
All right.
party like Jesus.
So the inside of the temple seems to be lit. The people from the city should take care of it. The town, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So you can move around without problems.
Right. Well, thank you. And I dust my hands off, for they've been dirty for entering this unclean temple. Right. Heathen temple, demon spirits, definitely need some god in here. I'm going to do a little bit of praying. Do you need to rest, anybody? You look a little bit wounded there, Satali. It looks like you've fallen down a flight of stairs and then been hit multiple times by some kind of demon. I suggest we take a rest and we all pray together.
Okay. But I will not pray to your hedonistic
Now,
god.
kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. And I begin.
That's your go-to prayer.
That's like,
That's all I got.
that's what I know.
So are you doing this inside the weird, creepy temple full of stone faces and...
Well, now you put it that way. Perhaps kumbaya would be better heard to the masses if we were outside on the steps of the temple where all of the village can hear us.
All right, so you guys
Classic Catholic
take a
chant.
moment to do a picnic on top of the temple, hoping that the door doesn't close behind you.
We know how to solve it now, with maths.
All right, so everyone draws back to 7 cards.
That's what
Sweet.
I'm talking about.
And now you can, so let's say that a couple of hours have gone by, and you realize that maybe there is not that much time to waste, taking into consideration that Medina is bringing an army of conquistadors soon-ish.
Soon-ish.
Soon TM. Well, before he does that, I rather think, well, we know that there's an army of conquistadors on the way here to come steal all our treasure. Now, the 4 of us must, in the name of God, save these people by stealing their treasure first. They want to be freed. They want to go to Spain, my friends. They want to go back to the mainland to a nice little church that I know. I've handed them a leaflet on the way here. So, what they want is to be freed. The way that we free them is with God. And God specifically in the form of going in there and stealing all the treasure from the natives. That is one of the primary ways in which God works. Now, I say that the rest of you continue onwards. I will follow behind in the rear, giving encouragement and prayer whilst I do so, to lead you onwards on the holy path, just like Nazareth and that donkey.
I go up to Sebastian and I look at the book. Oh, you're going to boost our morals with that book, right? May I see that book?
Yes.
For the Bible.
Yes, you may, good son. And I look at him like a single tear in my eye as I'm like, finally, I've converted a savage. And I hand him the book.
And I toss it down the hallway.
Go!
There's your book of fairy tales. Come on.
All of the words.
Inside the temple or towards the jungle?
Toward further inside the temple.
Wait, this
All
could
right.
be good. For the demons may read it and be converted. Good work, son.
Wow. So, okay, let's take your senile priest and go downstairs.
Senile, well, fine.
All right, so you
Agile.
are inside a bare stone ruin, full of large stone statues. There is a main one at the center, and the statue is tall as a man, representing an upright snake. When your eyes adjust to the dim light, you notice that the snake jaws hold a metal object that glints by the torchlight, an engraved hull disc made of gold.
Don't touch that.
Who said that?
that was Satatli. He looks at the golden disc in the snake's mouth and he's like, don't touch that.
All right, so because Sebastian is actually avaricious, I'm going to make him perform a check a discipline check, and if he fails that, he's going to run towards the gold. What do you think, Sebastian?
That's a great idea.
I think this is a fantastic idea. I'm quite honest with you. Yes, I'm all for it. Yes.
All right, so let's perform a discipline check. So you use your discipline, which is value 2, and you play 1 card from the top of your deck. Okay?
Top of my deck.
The difficulty is 3
Okay.
plus the card I play.
I got a 4. Or I drew a 4.
All right, so you're a lucky priest because I played a 1. So
Ooh.
although the gold calls to you, you stop for a moment to pick up your book, your holy book, because you think it would look bad if you stepped over your holy book to get
Yes.
some shiny gold. And in that time, while you do that, because reaching down to the floor takes you like 2 minutes because of your poor weak back.
You hear this like crack. It's like.
Uh,
There we go.
all the sensible people, so the rest of the team can maybe perform a perception check for traps. I don't know.
I have a question. I have a skill that looks like it was written in, like it's one of those custom skills called a Pachteca. What is that?
All right, so the last skill all of you guys have is your order. It's kind of like the class.
Okay.
All right, so the order gives you certain higher skills at the beginning during character creation, and it also allows you to access special talents and abilities. In addition to that, it's also considered a skill. So how can you use it as a skill? Well, you can use it as a narrative tool. So for example, your skill is Pachteca, which basically means that you belong to an order of mercenary spies who work for the Mexica. Okay? So how can you use that in the story? Well, you can claim things, like you can introduce maybe characters. Like for example, you go to a new town and you say, oh, I have a contact in this town because I used to deal with, I don't know, corn in this town in my previous travels and things like that. So you can use your orders skill to introduce new narrative elements. Okay.
Okay.
So, for example, the priest could come up with, I don't know, like ideas for religious things. I don't know.
He could use priest to banish the shadow demons. Okay. Like, segue over to Grimjack. You have the Tomb Raider ability. Would you like to use that when discerning the fact that we're in a tomb?
Yes, but that's what's the Tomb Raider do? Can I steal something, or do I can dual wield? I mean, what is that?
So with the Tomb Raider skill, you could, I don't know, for example, you could claim that you know this type of temple. So you could ask me like, oh, I know these temples are from the Atlaka people. I have raided a couple of these temples, and they usually have these kind of traps, perhaps. And then I will have to tell you like, yeah, the Atlaka use, I don't know, snakes. Like they have piles of snakes hidden in their temples.
Okay.
You could use it for things like that. But what you're trying to do probably is check for a trap.
Yeah.
And therefore you would use perception.
Yeah, because I have the eye for traps, which gives me advantage on that, or gives me +3 to that too. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll run a check for traps.
All right. So you have perception of 5 and an advantage because of your eye for traps.
Correct.
Let's see. So you have to do a check against a difficulty of 3. plus the
Okay.
card.
And what is it? Anything? Well, I'll go ahead and do this. If I play the card that is the same type for the activity, if I play clubs for exploration, I can redraw, correct?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, wait. Remember, this is a check. In the checks, you play from the top of the deck. And you don't get to read.
Correct. I will return this.
Yeah.
Whence
So
it came.
basically, checks is what we use when I don't want you to know the result of the action.
Gotcha. Okay, I knew that and I scotched it. Let me. Okay, well, I will discard this 3 and keep this 6 that I pulled out. So 6 plus 8 is 14.
All right, that's pretty high. All right, so you realize that the floor tiles are sifting plates, and there are suspicious slits on the walls. As a good Tomb Raider, you know that means that there are hidden spears or arrows inside those walls, and then if you step on the wrong plates, you will get shot.
Can I identify the plates for the others?
So you know that you can, after looking at the trap for a few moments, you realize that if you were to crawl, none of the arrows would hit you. Okay, the holes are a bit higher than that. But you know that, for example, Sebastian might not be very good at crawling.
Priest, you're going to love this.
I can actually. I am, as a priest, I'm very good at crawling. That's part of my regular exercise.
Additionally, as a good Tomb Raider,
I'm
you
gonna
know that
crawl every morning.
this temple is very, very old, and therefore maybe has a little bit of a delay. So if you run through it, you will probably be able to go through. But to be honest, at the other side of the plates, there is only the statue with the gold thingy. So I don't think everyone needs to go through.
How do we tell how fast we are?
That would be your athletics.
Oh, my athletics suck.
I am super athletic, guys. It's all I'm good for. It's fighting and
Yes,
athletics.
the young Maria, she can go through. You can have a little crawl in there, can't you, Onward? I'll have a little read of my book whilst I'm here. A little sit down and read.
Yeah, Ziri will walk up to Maria and kind of point out, these are the plates here, here, here. Run quickly.
I go up to Maria and I say, open your mouth.
What?
Why should I trust you?
Because I'm going to give you something that gives you a little bit more pep in your step, and you'll focus. Here, just take some.
If I had a gold piece for every time someone told me to do that,
I'd be a much richer man.
I would.
So I'm guessing being handed a
trust
coca
this.
leaf.
I trust this. This is actually some techniques we too use in the Catholic Church. So,
So yes, I am handing her a coca leaf.
Bridging the bonds.
So I
Building
think
bridges. Yeah.
because Maria is reckless, I think she's going to take it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm one of those like frat bros that is like, if you dare me to do anything, I will. So I'll take it, I guess. I kind of look at it, look at him, look at it, shrug, eat it.
All right, so it takes a few moments to kick in, but basically you feel a bit stronger, a bit lighter, like you feel more awake. It's not a really strong drug, but it feels like you just had a good rest. All right, so you're going to run for it.
Yep. Okay. So my starting thing is 4.
Yes.
So
All right. your athletics is 4, and how many cards can you play?
I can play 1.
Okay, I'm going to say you have an advantage because you are on drugs.
I love this game.
How life works, clearly.
Yes.
Don't do cocaine. It does not do this to
Don't
you
do
in real life.
Finally, cocaine represented correctly. Continue.
Not cocaine. Anyways, all right. So you're going to play against the trap that is going to play 2 cards, but has a 0 starting action value. So you had what on athletics?
My starting is 4.
4 plus 3 because of your advantage, right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, 7. No.
Ten. Right. So I play a 5. I'm still lower than you, and I have to play a second card, which is a 2. So I'm at 7. So you're actually successful without playing any cards.
Yay!
But that would be
Drugs.
it would be a Pyrrhic success. Remember that.
Okay, so
Could she throw down a card to
could
make
I put down a card?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, you can. You have 1 card to play.
All right, from my deck. That's a 4. So I'm good.
No. For your hand.
From my hand. Okay, I
Yeah,
don't have to play
you're
from my-
actively doing something.
Okay. This is a weird combination of cards. You know what? I'll play a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put you 2 points over the trap. That's enough to win without suffering consequences. Therefore, you run, and behind you, you hear the arrows flying and hitting the wall.
Okay. I'm not looking back. I'm just going.
Yeah. So you reach the stone. The serpent stone that is holding on its mouth the gold piece.
Carlos, when she was running through there, Yatziri was checking to see on her path if there were any of the pressure plates she just missed. So there's a couple that, if there's any of them that aren't triggered yet. What I think he'll do is he'll follow in that same exact path that she was in, and he'll crawl and just hit every pressure plate along the way.
All right.
In case we got to get everybody across.
All right. So basically, a few more arrows fly over you, but that's it. Yeah. So it seems that the trap has been completely nullified.
Well, we don't have all day.
At this
so
point,
we're working
Sebastian has
this for
fallen.
years.
Sebastian's fallen asleep. So, let's go. We did it. Oh, sorry, I must have dozed off there for a minute, just like David and Goliath.
Right.
All right. So who takes the gold? Or
Oh, there's gold. Oh, well, I rather think a collection is in order. After all, it is a Sunday, and so this is the part of our communion in which we take all of your money. So I rather think we should probably take a lot of that. I've got this church back in Spain full of stained glass windows. Really needs redoing.
all right. So you move there while you justify to yourself.
Yeah,
why
I'm
you
gonna start moving
go.
towards it. Yeah,
And you take the half disc made of gold, correct?
and I plop it in my pocket.
Would you
All
like
right.
me to check for any additional traps before you do that?
Too late.
No,
too late.
I didn't see what could possibly go wrong.
So when that happens, suddenly the snake stone turns to life,
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
and you face a huge
It's the devil!
huge serpent.
Oh my god. This is just like in the garden. What was that garden called? What was the garden?
It's the Garden of
Alan.
Eden, Father.
Yes, the garden of Alan and Eve. Ah, I feel just like Alan.
All right, so this thing is going to attack you, but it's quite slow because it's made of stone. So it has initiative 1.
Ah,
Okay. Hey, that'll work because that will be Greg, then Kiana, then
You.
I'm on a 1 as well.
Yeah, then me, and then Will, then the snake. Snake duder.
Yes, the snake goes last. So you guys can like basically organize yourselves however you want, because you can wait for each other and you can go in whichever order you desire.
I
So-
rather like to run away.
So well, basically, you as the priest, perhaps you can throw a spell of two.
Maybe I could, dear boy. Maybe I could. Or now let me run this one by you.
Uh-huh.
I could run away.
Yeah, okay.
I have a terrible secret as part of my traits, and well, I'd rather not like for the snake to go into a certain temptation in which I indulge in. So I'm going
What?
to run because I'm
going to
avaricious,
run.
prejudiced, and have a terrible secret.
All right. So the brave defender of the faith runs away. What does the rest of you do?
For the Holy Spirit! We've saved
Wait.
these people with God!
Wait. If we run, then Midna's people have to fight this.
So,
We leave it here, and they have to fight it.
I have to say something. You guys are being jumped by a snake
Right.
as tall as a man, and is made of stone.
Yeah, I'm running.
You can either attack it or run, but you cannot really like come up
Debate.
with. Yeah.
okay.
Would
well,
you mind, Mr. Snake, for 1 second? We're trying to deliberate whether we're going to fight you or run from you.
Yeah, I will. Yadziri is going to haul ass back up towards the front, and hopefully, if there is a way, I'm pretty fast, so I have swift move. So if I can get up ahead, up the steps, I'm going to start checking to see, not actively moving the trap, but see if there's a way to move it to close the door back up.
All right. So when you move back down the corridor, you realize that because you took the golden plate, 2 new doors opened.
Oh dear.
Okay. So there are 2 doors on each side. So one on your right and one on your left. And if you go straight, you can walk up the stairs and leave the temple. So
Ooh, in my
with this
panic.
information,
Ooh,
what do you want to do something else, or are you still moving up?
I'll hold there and just get in position to.
In their intersection.
Right, at the 2 right and left door and the stairs. I assume it's all together there. I'll
Yes,
hang out
like
the bottom of the
across.
steps. Yeah.
Yes. What about you, Sebastian? You said you were running. Are you staying where Yatsiri is, or are you climbing up the stairs? Remember that the stairs are very bad for your back.
I am just. You know what? I might crawl up the stairs in that case. I think he probably is a thing because his back is bad. He can't like. His leg doesn't go up high enough to like reach the next step. So I basically crawl, like a crawl run.
As-
run.
Yeah.
As
run.
Sebastian gets close, Yatsiri will lean down as he's beginning to crawl up the steps and indicate the 2 new doors and simply say, "There may be more gold."
I run into the right-hand door. More gods!
All right.
I heard more god in here. Yeah, yes, more god over here. I run inside.
Okay, what about you, Maria? And what about you, Lovely?
Oh,
I have a
I'm
feeling
following.
I have a feeling my reckless thing's gonna pop up here. So I
Let's
might
go.
fight it.
You can run recklessly.
I could. What? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I'm booking it. I am gone. Woof, right through the right door where everyone else is going.
All right, Maria, what are you doing?
Yeah, I guess I just watch everyone else run, and I'm like, and I
Wait.
I run
You-
away as well, very
You
reluctantly.
run? If you run, you have to fight back your recklessness.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So let's do a check.
Okay, well, my starting thing is 4. And I can draw 1 card.
So your discipline is 4 and you can play 1 card. I'm going to give you 1 advantage because it really seems like a good idea to run when
Mhm.
everyone is running. Everyone else is running. All right.
Carlos, can you help if I have a good trait, can I make an argument where it would help her? Maybe give her another advantage or
Yes, you can use traits to gain advantages.
can I do it to help her get one of my traits to help her get an advantage? I have an advantage called careful, which I'm assuming means I'm very careful.
Yes.
And she has one called reckless. So if I would go
Cancel them
by,
out.
we could cancel that shit
Cancel
out.
one of
and I
them
could-
out.
Great. I could say, listen, now it's time to be careful. And if she looks at me with a reckless light, maybe I think a little recklessly for a second, and she thinks a little more carefully for a second. And decide that,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good argument. Okay, let's go with that. Let's say that you can do whatever you want, so you can run.
Good.
You have been convinced by the complete and utter fear that you see in Yatsiri's face.
All right.
That
I'm
is a
like,
good idea to run. What's that?
I'm like, wait, my inner monologue is like, I could fight this thing. Yeah, I totally could. Maybe not.
I'm like pulling on her wrist as I'm running past. Come on.
So you run away from a creature down a hole. You don't know where it will take you.
Well, Sebastian went into the right-hand door,
Yes, I'm
thinking God
follow
gold
me.
or whatever I said.
All right. So you enter a chamber made of white stone, which is completely empty, save for bas reliefs of 4 dragons on the walls: the Sun Dragon on the east, the Storm Dragon on the north, Heaven Dragon on the west, Earth Dragon on the south. These are symbols asking visitors to kneel before the 4 dragons. It seems that whoever made this temple worshipped the dragons. And there is also a glint that catches your eye, especially Sebastian's keen eye, because what you see is that on the roof, no, that would be the ceiling. On the ceiling, you see a half disc made of stone, which seems to be the other half of what you are carrying.
Well, Sebastian's the one carrying that. Is
So
he not?
all of you
Hang
have
on.
entered this room, right?
Look, I have found more God. And maybe more gold as well. But more importantly, God. Look, I have this thing here, and I hold up the half. Looks like it could fit in there. Now, last time, there was a snake. Maybe somebody should check for snakes.
Wait. All of you have entered the room. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right.
Yes? All right.
I think so.
So what happens is that the door closes behind you,
Perfect.
which seems bad, but it also means that the snake that was following you doesn't get in. So for a moment, you breathe in, and you're like, well, thank God. Then you realize you're in a closed room with no other doors, and that water starts to pour into the room.
Great. I'm wearing heavy armor, guys.
I'm not.
I can't
Um,
swim.
Can I start checking for traps, or checking for anything, investigating the statues, and investigating the disc, the stone disc?
All right, so what do you want to do first between those 3 things you said?
How about perception check to the traps on the stone disc, because we're going to
Right.
probably be taking that no matter what.
Let's do that. So I'm going to say the difficulty is going to be 3, but you're going to suffer a disadvantage because there is water coming in. It's a very stressful situation, and for a careful person as yourself, this is not how you like to work.
I also have the trait beautiful. which I think my sheer beauty should be able to. I look exquisite at this
You
moment.
really do.
So yeah,
I really do.
you're going to look very hot when you're wet, but then you're going to die.
Right.
It's a payoff.
Right.
So difficulty 6, therefore.
Okay, and because I get 2 cards, I get to draw from my deck and pick the one that's the best, right? Because it's a check.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I lost it. Oops.
I believe in the beauty of Jaziri.
Okay, that was the 3 I pulled, but I also pulled a 6 of clubs.
Oh, boy.
For a total of,
What's that?
was your total value?
11 now, because I had 5 with advantage, and then you took it away because I wasn't pretty enough and the water was coming in. So it took me back down to 5, and I got a
Yeah.
6, which took me back to 11.
Perfect. All right. So you realize that there seems to be no trap on the golden disc or anywhere around the rune, because the trap has already been triggered, and it's the water that will draw you.
Is there? Well, I'm specifically looking for a way to stop said trap, like a release mechanism.
Oh, dear.
I've seen Indiana Jones. They have some type of fulcrum release lever, I believe.
It's half
That-
pink oranges, are they not?
We
So-
are going to die. Right.
So mixing your keen perception and your good knowledge of Mayan traps, you know that usually how these things work is they follow a religious sense. Okay, so most of these traps have some kind of religious meaning. It's not only there to kill you, but to kill you in a holy
In a
manner.
holy way.
Yes.
Now that I understand. There was very much a holy way to kill people. In the name of
So,
God.
these people were they believed and followed the dragons as if they were gods. So there are 4 plates next to each of the 4 dragons, and it's probably asking you to step on them.
No specific order. We're supposed to
no.
stand on the plates.
Okay. I will just go to whatever closest plate is to me and step on it. I'm sure it's not that difficult.
I will as well.
Fine.
I will follow.
I will do the same.
So you guys stop on them, and you can feel that the mechanism, there's a mechanism underneath, but it's not actually working. Something is missing.
The thing. Ceiling.
The gold disc. Is there a space for the gold disc by the
No.
stove? No. Is it in the left room that's now sealed off from us?
No. Well, maybe, I don't know. I cannot tell you.
This must mean something.
How high is the water?
How high is the water?
Yeah.
It's to your knees at the moment.
Okay.
Up to your knees.
Only we could turn this into wine.
Okay, everyone look around for things.
Alright, let's look. Everybody search for a thing to put this in.
So basically, there is nothing that... There is no other mechanisms. There are nothing to insert, anything like that. It's basically you are stepping on the mechanism, but it's not working. So,
Can the statues be moved onto the mechanism?
no.
Can they be twisted or manipulated?
No.
Can we kneel on them? Question mark.
Yes. So when Maria
Nice.
religiously kneels on the pressure plate, the water from the dragon in front of her stops coming out.
Ha! One intelligence.
The penitent woman shall pass. Love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were not only asking you to be in front of them, they were asking you to pay homage Is that how you say it? Like,
Homage, yeah.
Homage, yes.
yeah.
Boys, get on your knees.
So the four of you get on your knees in front of each of these things. All right.
Yes, yes.
So when you do that, the water stops coming out, but nothing else happens. The door is still closed. There is still quite a lot of water.
That was my one good idea.
Can I remove the stone disc now?
Ice on top of the ceiling, which is what? It's a few meters high.
Maybe if we went on someone's shoulders, like the donkey of Nazareth, you could ride upon Sitlatli's shoulders and go up there and then place it in there. What do you say about that,
He said a few meters, so
Well, Sitlatli's a few meters.
I'm
Maybe.
like a portion of a meter.
Well, you're a good meter and a half, I'd say. No, you're...
Yeah, it's probably about that.
is there, Carlos, is there any way to climb up to it? Is there any handholds or footholds or any way to...
No.
Okay, the only way to get up there technically...
What about a rope?
would be- Well,
As a priest, we are taught the ways of the hempen rope for use in tying people to crucifixes, should the need be. Perhaps we could toss a rope up there and No, it's
you
a bad
have any
idea.
spells?
Do I have any spells? Let me tell you this much. I have knowledge of priesthood and the Old Testament. I have a conquistador sword, a gambeson, and a cross.
You have a conquistador sword?
I stole it from you.
That's where my other sword went.
Hush now,
All right.
it's in a better place.
So Sebastian, basically, you know two schools of magic, which are the priesthood one and the Old Testament. All right, that means you can perform miracles from both of them. So if you have the Quadley Stone document, you can see the spells you can use. So there are a bunch of them. I'm not going to ask you to read through them. So I'm just going to try from now on to recommend.
Whereabouts are these ones?
What?
Whereabouts are these spells? Oh, I have Ritual Conversion, Common Spells, Paternoster, and Ave Maria.
No, but you also have two whole schools of magic, so you know, like 12 spells.
Oh, I'm much better
You can
than I
do-
thought I was.
Yeah, you can perform an absolution spell to take away corruption from your friends. You can baptize other characters and make them Christians.
Oh,
no.
goody.
You can give people abilities. You can also use the word of God to speak any language.
Oh, that could be useful. Could have been useful.
You can create an Exodus serpent, which is basically like a tiny, well, not tiny, like a serpent
Uh-huh.
that will fight for you and will follow your orders.
That could be useful. Wait, that could be useful because snakes can climb. There's one thing that I've learned from Alan and Eve is that a snake climbed down from a bush, which was high up. And it came down from the burning bush and it gave them the peach of distrust. Yes, I will summon snake.
How did you read the Bible? Like vertical reading?
I haven't ever. It's all in Latin and I don't read it.
All right. So, yeah, you can invoke this Exodus serpent. That's going to cost you 2 spirit.
Okay.
That's your magic energy. So you have, I believe, 5.
I summon it with a kumbaya, and it will summon before me.
So you summon the serpent.
I am the lord of the snake, said he.
So you can also use it for fights. It's alright fighter. It's not really
Right.
powerful, but it has poisonous attacks, and because it's a serpent, it can move into places and things like that. So you tell the serpent to climb up the wall.
Yes.
So it uses different carbines and things to get there, and it grabs the golden piece and brings it back to you.
Aha! So the old Christian saying is true. Wakey, wakey, hands off Snakey. And I take the... I pat the little snake on the head. Good, Alan. Right.
So once the golden disc is taken out, the water starts to recede, and once the water disappears,
Get your snake ready.
the door starts to open.
Hold on to your snakes.
So remember that there is another snake. This one,
That's what to say. Get your snake ready.
yeah, not so friendly.
You have the touch
Outside
tips.
the door. Yeah. So what are you guys going to do?
Right. Our friend outside is there. I suggest, Maria, you distract him whilst we run past.
We flee.
Yes.
Well, I can certainly take up the front, as I am not known to run away in fear from things.
That's a good job, Maria. Here, he pulls out another coca leaf and shoves it in his mouth.
Oh, you're a
Trying to
pusher.
get me addicted?
You're a pusher.
I am a pusher.
Pusher.
Don't worry, it'll beef you up. You'll be fine.
You'll feel better.
Just a little bump, right?
This first time it's free, yeah.
Right.
All
Get you
right.
hooked.
Yeah. Maria, go forth.
Yeah, I guess I'm taking this other coca leaf.
Of course you are.
Drugs!
Just like God wanted you to.
You've got something called Samson strength too, man, that you can give to her. It says it gives her a additional unarmed advantage on melee, and it deals 1 additional damage.
No, that's to him, to himself.
Oh, never mind. You know what
to
you
myself,
got
yeah.
about.
Right, who needs that?
Sorry, my bad. Okay, so
Alright.
can we get past this thing since it moves so slow, or is it?
Yeah, you could if someone were attacking it.
Go ahead, Maria.
Yeah, I guess I will attack it.
I believe you.
Okay, so-
You believe me? Or
I believe you
in
when
me?
you say you believe in God. So, go ahead.
Alright.
All right.
I will-
So
Yeah.
as soon as the door opens, Maria screams for Santiago and runs towards the serpent.
As a careful person, Atziri would say, "Why don't we have both snakes fight each other?"
It's
It's too
a
late.
tiny snake.
This is Alan.
It's too late for this. Maria is already running.
I'm gone. I'm too hyped up.
She's on drugs.
I'm on drugs.
Alan wouldn't hurt a
Literally.
fly.
All right. So Maria, you're going to attack the snake. Let's do it.
Okay.
So the
So-
snake is 6 and plays 2 cards. Okay.
Yeah.
If it deals damage to you, it deals 4 damage, and it has a poisonous attack.
No.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I have a 5 and 2 cards that I can pull.
Yes. Your weapon also gives you 2 advantages, but this creature has 1.
So I have
Therefore-
1 advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's an 8 plus 2 cards that I can pull.
The creature starts with 6 and can play 2 cards, therefore it goes first.
Okay.
He plays a 4, so the action is now a 10.
Okay. And do I pull? I pull both from my hand, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there. What's the snake got again?
The snake is 6 and plays 2 cards, and he has played a 4.
Okay.
One thing
Yes.
that maybe you want to take into consideration, your sword has 2 special abilities. You can
Ooh.
read it on the character sheet. So you can make a strong attack, which will mean that your weapon will suffer 1 deterioration.
Okay.
Duration.
Okay. Yeah, I see
and
that.
You can cause an effect on this on the creature. So you can either if you do that, it's basically you make a very strong attack against either the weapon or the armor of the creature. So you can reduce by 1 the damage it deals, or by 1 the armor it has.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure, I'll do a strong attack.
Okay, so how does deterioration work? Do you see there is a little track?
Yeah,
Eh.
it's basically with deterioration. Yeah, okay.
So if you suffer deterioration, do you see that there are like a letter? In
Yep,
certain-
D, C, and B.
So if you go down that page, you can see
Yep.
that you have different symbols at the bottom. It says broken,
Yeah.
compromised, dot. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first letter matches the symbol there.
Okay, yep.
So once you reach 3 deterioration, your weapon loses 1 damage. It means that it lost its edge.
Yep, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I mean, it's just 1, and practically I'm doing a full-out reckless attack on this thing, so
It'll be
And-
fine.
yeah, I'll be
Alright.
fine, I'm sure.
So
Okay.
you have to play now.
Yeah, from my hand, correct? Or from the deck?
Yes, from the hand.
Okay, that's a 5.
A 5, all right.
Yeah.
So you're winning by 1 point, and now she plays at 6. Is winning by 5 points.
Alright, I will play a 6.
All right, for a 6, that means you win with a Pyrrhic success.
Yep.
Now you can use the strong attack effect to make the serpent lose 1 damage or 1 armor. It has 2 points of hard armor, so it's hard to kill.
Yeah, I'll make the armor go down.
All right, so you suffer 1 deterioration,
Alright,
and because the serpent has a stone body, it has an ability that means that you will suffer an additional deterioration when you attack it.
whoops.
Okay, so you have suffered 2 deterioration, and you have dealt 1 damage to the creature, but you have reduced its armor.
Okay,
to 1. Okay,
cool.
because you had a Pyrrhic success, I'm going to say that you suffer an extra deterioration.
So, my sword.
Lost 1 damage.
God damn it. Okay.
Yes.
I
That's
hope
what
you're
happened.
happy, guys.
If only you knew somebody with another conquistador sword.
We'll remember you in the next life. You'll be let into the great pearly gates.
All right. So next is actually, Yatsiri should go next, yeah, because
Everyone else
Uh,
is running away, right?
Yeah. What's the left room look like? See you, Maria.
so basically you cannot really see. It's kind of far, but so you're basically going to run past them.
Right. I mean, she's
Yeah.
engaged with it. If I could, cruise. The meta objective here is to see if there's another way to get in the other room and seal ourselves off again. But
Okay.
I was just running over to peek into the left-hand side.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you run and you can reach the door, but you cannot. You have to wait for the next round to open and get through.
Okay.
So, think luckily. What are you up to?
Zippy?
Sorry,
Hey,
I was muted. I'm running.
You're running
I-
as well.
Yeah, I don't want to get into any of these giant stone snake fights.
Right. I have to say that the priest from the town was probably right. You guys are not worthy of this temple.
Well, I'm doing it because I'm thinking we have conquistadors coming in after us. So if we leave all of these giant snakes in the rooms, that's going to slow them down to come find us because they got to fight it.
And to be fair, Carlos, Ziri was not there when everybody said that they weren't worthy. So technically,
Maybe Yatziri is the only worthy one.
Right.
All right. So you run past it, and Sebastian, what do you do?
I am also running, yes, believe it or not. If needs be, I will initiate my crawl maneuver to duck under any snake bites.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys reach the other door, and a new round begins. So Yatsiri goes first.
Okay, at this point, Yatsiri will run into the left-hand room and take a peeky peek.
So, are you running in or are you peeking in?
Peeking. I like to peek before I jump.
Me too.
All right. So,
That's a matter of law.
I found it. Keeps me out of incarceration.
so you see a stone slab with the symbols of a priest, a dragon, and a precious stone. There seems to be no way to move the slab, but you can see a little circular depression at the center, like if a disc-shaped piece is missing.
Okay, so perhaps one of the discs that we have will fit in there.
You have 2 half discs, actually.
Okay, so the full disc could fit in there. If we disced it up, if we 2 halves of a disc would,
Have a disco.
we could, we can put it together. I'm picking up what you're dropping, buddy.
So Maria goes next.
Yeah, I'm still fighting this thing, I'm guessing. So,
Great job.
yeah, I'll just keep fighting it.
All right, so you have dealt 1 damage to it. It has 4 health left.
Yeah.
So you're going to attack again?
Yeah.
All right. So let me introduce you to a new idea,
Okay.
which are your common spells. Everyone
Oh.
has 2 common spells from their religion. Okay? So as a Christian, you know the Pater Noster and Ave Maria. Okay? So each of them cost 1 spirit, and you only have 1 point.
I only have 1 spirit. I'm not a very
So you-
religious person.
So you can use it once, and the Pater Noster is going to give you 1 advantage towards an action, and Ave Maria can give you a magic resistance 1 until the end of the scene.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah.
one free advantage whenever you want to use it, or magic resistance. In the
I'll
other hand,
use the
okay.
advantage one, I
use the
think.
advantage. Yeah. All right. So you attack, and you have 2 advantages now.
Hooray.
So your starting action value is 11, while the creature has 6. So it's going to play first.
Mhm.
3, so 9, and a 1 for a total of 10. That was a very, very bad action for this serpent. So you have already won if you don't play any cards, but you can play up to 2.
Okay, I'm still gonna play a 1, so it's not a.
One thing, if you
Yeah.
win by 5 points, you have a critical result, and therefore you can double the damage you deal.
Oh. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna use a 5.
Remember, you can play 2 cards.
Yeah, I only have 1s and 5s.
So you can play the 1 to draw a new card, and
Okay.
then choose what to play.
Oh yeah, fair enough. True. That's a thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So do the Ace of Spades. Well,
Yeah.
And then gonna draw a card. And yeah, I'll still play the 5. But that's not what
Okay.
to go there.
Yeah. Remember, every time you play the card that matches whatever is happening, so in this case, it's spades,
Yeah.
you get to draw 1. And because it's also your affinity, you draw 2 and choose which one to keep.
Okay, well I drew a really good one, so I put it back into my thing.
Okay. Fine. So you get a critical result,
Hooray!
and you deal twice as much damage. So that's 4 damage against 1 armor, 3 points of damage. And now the creature has only 1 health left, and has
I'm
been-
actually killing it, guys.
You're doing things. You're doing things.
and is actually injured. So
Ha!
it's going to be easier later.
Don't bust it up too much. We need to leave it for the others.
Easier to say that when it's not trying to kill you.
You could have run. Do you want more coca?
Keep it going.
So Thicklackley, your turn. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm still running with Sebastian, but I guess I ran into the same room with.
So perhaps you can wait. Let Sebastian use the goal to open the door,
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And
I'm
then-
gonna hold
and then
action.
and you still have an action.
Okay.
Reserving my action.
You reserve the right.
I reserve the right to use my action as I see fit.
All right, Sebastian, you go.
I will put the thingy in the door.
All right. So
A
the
gold
door
piece.
opens. It's pretty straightforward.
Ah, look. Ah, perfect. Look, I'm a genius. I did the things. I did all of them. I run through
Yes.
the door.
You run through the. No.
You disintegrate.
Yeah. yeah.
All right. So who's going to enter?
I
Sebastian.
am, yes.
Yes, and Thiklakli also can enter because.
Yep.
you
Falling
hold
in
it.
after him.
Okay, so you enter into the room, and what you see is basically a slab with the symbols of the Priest of Dragon and a precious stone, and a circular depression at the center. Okay? Wait, no, sorry. That's my bad. That's what you just used to open and get into. So what you see is a room in which seems that there is nothing in it, but you can see a codex. Remember that the codexes were these things
Ah, yes.
That- they use as writing. So I'm going to send you a link to the picture of the codex.
Ah.
So you can open that on Roll20.
Ah. I will take a look.
Okay, so that's the only thing you see inside.
Ah, oh. Good lord. How heathenous. There's a rabbit, dude. Oh my god. There's some non-Jesus things in here, help.
Oh, I understand it. I understand it. You put the bowl in the head, which gives you enough Pokeballs to catch the legendary rabbit of the moon while praying inside the giant cauldron by shoving your enemy's hands and feet into a coffee pot, allowing it to spew the blood at the snake that slithers underneath the cauldron, while Mr. Magoo stands on a ledge and points down at you, saying, "Meh."
Oh, let's do all of that.
I think
Yeah.
it's the most beautiful description I have ever heard.
Can we show the image to the people? who
Yeah,
watch
I
it?
will save this here. I'll bring it onto the screen to you guys. You can see what's going on here. Save my face.
All right. So Thiklakli, who has had time to enter the room because he had his action ready, you see that next to this thing there is a moon-shaped pedestal. Okay, and it looks like the typical pedestals